Hello everyone, my name is Kamal Kumar Sharma. Welcome to my channel Kamal Projects. So today I was, here to discuss with you this Next.js vulnerability, and I got the bounty with this vulnerability though, and also today I will show you to or guide you how to you can uh, host this lab or vulnerable lab within your local network and practice the this particular vulnerability. So before starting that, I would like to share one thing with that. How did I find a vulnerability with this? So actually, before publishing this article, before a night, I was working on one of the bug bounty program. So that was the Next.js application though. So I was looking for that particular login page to bypass the thing, but that was not working. So I was frustrated and just shut down my system and go to bed. Next morning I wake up, and when I wake up, I just saw a tweet from one of the security researcher who was mentioning that this is not this Next.js vulnerability. When I go through this link, I immediately open my system, fire up my PubSuite browser, and go to that particular bug bounty program, and immediately I use this vulnerability to bypass the things, and that works. I submit the report, and boom, got the vulnerability. So that time I feel it is why it is so important to be updated with the latest vulnerabilities and all. So today I'm here to discuss this vulnerability and show you how I set up the lab in locally and practice the the exploitation of this vulnerability. So the very good researcher Rachid, he published that blog, and that is quite impressive and quite detailed and knowledgeable blog, which we can say this is a one of the greatest research from him, Rachit. Okay, let's start with this one. How it start? So as per him, this is Rachid and Yashar. They both worked on this Next.js framework to identify the vulnerabilities. So if you can see, this is a 9.4 million times per week of Next.js framework from GitHub are being downloaded, and you can see the uh, wide attack surface for this vulnerability, right? So this is actually Java-based framework based on React package with numerous features, right? So this vulnerability is majorly, or the vulnerable part of this whole framework is middleware, Next.js middleware. So what is Next.js middleware? Middleware allows you to run code before a request is completed, right? Then based on the incoming request, you can modify the response by rewriting, redirecting, and modifying the request or response headers, or responding directly. Yeah, that is by Next.js documents, right? So, for example, uh, I can tell you, even though I'll try to show you the things. So let's say we have localhost. I already did. No, let me host this lab first. So you can use this GitHub link. Okay. So this is where I use Docker and set up a lab locally. In the README file, you can see all the installation and steps to host this lab locally. So I already did it. So let's move to the folder Next.js. Next cd desktop. Next.js. Okay, okay, I already hit. Sorry. So here you can see these are the files, these are the pages of that particular lab. Just run docker build. We need to build this docker first here within that particular directory. Okay, I need sudo permissions. Let's wait for a moment. Okay, it's built up. Now run the docker on. I am using 3000 port to host this one. Sorry, typo. Docker run. What I'm doing here? Ah, Okay. Sudo docker. Yes. Okay. Let's move to the page. Okay. So as per the description within a blog. So it says when a user attempts to access slash dashboard slash admin, their request will first go through the middleware, right? Next.js middleware, which will check if the session cookies are valid and grant them necessary permissions. If so, the middle will forward the request. Otherwise, middle will where will redirect the request to user login, or if a developer set up some kind of error pages or some kind of customized redirections, then it will be go there, right? So if we go to our machine or lab, so if I type login, okay, I will go with the default credential, hard-coded credential, which I used admin, and password is test hash 321 okay. So you can see after login, we are being successful login credentials, we are being redirecting to slash admin page, right? So let's try log out from this application and we try to access admin. So you can see whenever we try to access the admin page, we are being redirecting to the login page. As per the example within the blog, it is doing the same thing, right? Middleware is first capturing the request, checking if the user have valid session cookies, then it will be redirect us to the admin page or the content or page or function which we are requesting for. Otherwise, it will redirect us to the particular login page or whatever developer set it to, right? So let's again move to the you know the page. So what kind of the things are being handled by the middleware, which is path rewriting, server-side redirects, CSPs, and authentication authorization, right? So actually, this is a technical block which you can read. That actually this piece of code was vulnerable within this next server.ts file. Let's move to the exploits part. You can go through this blog to understand more technical details about that. Okay. If we go here down, then we will have exploit session. Yes, exploit part. So this is the authorization rewrite bypass. So here we when as per blog it's mentioned here when we try to access slash admin slash login, in our case we are directly accessing the slash admin page. They are getting 404, but we are getting 307 redirect, right? As we can see in the response header, a path rewrite is performed by a middleware to prevent unauthenticated inappropriate user from accessing it. Okay. If we quickly try to see how it goes within our application, let's quickly fire up the bug suite. Okay. I believe it will take 1 or 2 minutes. Let's start. Let's wait for more 20 seconds. Okay, it's running now. Go to a proxy, open up the Chrome browser. Okay, okay. Let's go here, localhost 3000. Okay, we are here. Now we will try to access login. Then put here test, test, login, and valid. Then we know after login we should be redirect to admin page, and it is redirecting us to login page. So if we go to our target and click on admin, then we can see uh, this is our request to access the admin page, and this is a request response which is redirecting us to the login, right? Slash login. So it is pretty working as per the you know this particular article. So, but with our authorizing artifact, so how did they are bypassing it? We need to pass this header X middleware sub request and the value of the path, right? So how will we, let's try to bypass it. Okay, let's send it to repeater, send it, and let's add that particular header which is X middle. I hope I type the middleware well. Middleware sub request, I believe. Yes, sub request. Value could be true, might be. Let's try with it. Okay, let's, how about middleware? Okay, I think there is some typo. Let's go up and copy the code, that particular, this one. Let me copy the, I am bad with, sometimes with spellings. Then we replace this with that particular thing. We send it, and here you can see we are able to access, got the 200. Okay, if you click on render, then you can see we are getting the admin dashboard, right? So this is a very simple and but very effective and of vulnerability, right, actually. So this is the lab which I have set up locally and practicing my the exploitation part. But apart from that, there are few more functionalities and things which we need to perform on this lab actually. As you can see here, we can also bypass the CSPs. As of now, I have not set up the CSP thing, but within next week I will set up or add the CSP functionality within this lab. Then you can perform and that particular testing on that. Okay, and then we also perform DOS via cache poisoning. I'll need to check it, and I did not go through right now within this DOS particular thing, but definitely within next week I will create a video and all. So yes, that is really good vulnerability and simple but effective vulnerability, right? And there's one more thing. If you want to set up your lab, I use GPT to set up prepare this lab. Then if you want to learn about how you can use Chat GPT or GPTs to set up our local labs, just drop your messages or comments. Definitely I'll prepare a video on that too. Actually, ChatGPT and GPT is really helping me to preparing my local labs, and which gives me the that particular privileges to perform the attacks whenever I want. And I can also read the code about how vulnerability exactly looking. If you are using the online labs, for example, try hack me hack the box, that is really good platform. But when you are trying to set up the labs by your own hands, then you will definitely learn a lot of things. Okay, so yeah, that's it guys. I hope you enjoy my video. If you like this, please drop comments, subscribe my channel. Yeah, that would be really helpful for me to give back to the community what I have learned from in my 7 or 8 years of experience. uh yeah, thank you so much guys.